Xbox, Xbox, Xbox. You know, I try to be positive about this company. I thought they had a really good 2024 lineup for the second half of the year. Of course, they had to delay Avowed because of your backlog, not because of anything else, but you know, you might be playing that Diablo 4 DLC or Flight Simulator because there's a lot of, you know, cross connection with those games. But even so, I thought Xbox still had, you know, some good stuff coming out this year. Game Pass looks pretty solid, but the whole problem, the whole crux of Xbox's issue and why this company drives people literally insane are the mixed messages. And these aren't mixed messages from consumers or hyper fan accounts or anything like that. These are mixed messages from the company themselves. Do you care about hardware sales? Because you keep making hardware, but you say you don't care. Do you care about people playing on Xbox? You say you do, but you seem more interested in Game Pass. Do you care about Game Pass? Or is it more so you want people just to play your games no matter what platform they're on? Do you care about platform exclusivity? You see what I'm getting at with here? I'm not even factoring in the PC side of things because I feel like, you know, while you can play a lot of these games on PC that Xbox brings to the table, people choose consoles because of ease of use. They don't want to have to mess around with PC settings and all of this sort of stuff and sit at their computer. They want to sit on their couch with a console and a controller in hand. But it's happening again, folks. The rumor mill is churning, and it looks like Xbox is about to make yet another very interesting decision. You might remember games like Sea of Thieves and Grounded came to other platforms. Hi-Fi Rush showed up on PlayStation, but these are smaller games. These aren't big blockbuster AAA games that you would want to buy an Xbox for, right? Now, looks like that's changing, folks. Let's go over to our friends over at Xbox Era. I did one of their podcasts. Nice chaps over there. I enjoy them. Updated rumor: Forza Horizon 5 PlayStation port announcement incoming. You know, Forza, one of their bigger franchises. One of the franchises that people buy an Xbox for. Okay, this is their Gran Turismo. And although, you know, over time they've been battling and Gran Turismo usually kind of wins out in the grand scheme of things, I really like the Forza games. And Forza Horizons are always very, very fun, very well received, you know, do decent in terms of people playing them and enjoying them. Watch out for those pinatas, though, in Forza Horizon 5, or else OJ from Player Essence will get you. But now let's bring this over to PlayStation 5. So let's see what's going on with this as far as information is concerned. Update: friend of the site, Jez Corden, has refuted the rumor of Forza Horizon 5 being the game ported to PlayStation in a report on Windows Central. My sources indicate that Forza will not be announced for PlayStation next week, although I can't confirm what game, if any, will be announced as a port next week. So we're once again going back to this situation. And I said, you know, after the Starfield disaster that people were perpetuating, I believe Jez was one saying that it was going to come out right alongside of the DLC. And, you know, I guess it still could. You know, maybe this is the game that's being talked about. But multiple reputed leakers have reported that Forza Horizon 5 may be getting a port to PlayStation next week during Gamescom. On the infamous forum, Reset Era, users Nate Drake, Nate the Hate, and Shinobi have both intimated. Is that the proper word here? I don't know. That Xbox has a new PS5 port coming. Noted leaker Extras Ones then dropped a Cinco de Mayo gift, leading many to speculate that the title would be Forza Horizon 5. So regardless of anything, it seems like there is indeed another game coming to PlayStation. Shinobi says that a big Xbox game is coming to PlayStation next week, and Forza Horizon 5 seems to be a title that people think it is. So stripping away everything, let's say that it's not Forza Horizon 5. It does indeed seem like during Gamescom next week, another Xbox game is going to be announced for PlayStation. And then this brings me back to what we were just talking about. This brings me back to the crux of Xbox, because you remember Phil Spencer said, hey, we're bringing these couple of games, a Pentiment as well. So there was 4 games total, obviously very small games. We're just bringing these 4, and then that's pretty much going to be it. And people didn't believe him, and I tried to believe him. I tried to take him at his word. But once again, it seems like all of that is being walked back. Now, it could be something like Flight Simulator, which I actually think makes a lot of sense because that's not really a game per se. You know, it's a simulation thing, and it's something that I think could do very well over on PlayStation, and it's more of a niche thing. You know, Flight Simulator was, of course, always tied into things like PCs and stuff like that. But the fact that, once again, we're having this discussion about Xbox games coming over to PlayStation, it's like, if you're going to keep doing this, why exist as a console manufacturer? Like, what do you want? What is your company? Because we don't know. Think of how many of these diehard Xbox Twitter accounts have just jumped ship lately. And why is that? It's not just because of the fact that they bought into their own sort of madness with Xbox. It's because they believed what people like Phil Spencer and Matt Booty told them. It's because they believe the words that come out of their mouth. It's because Xbox executives like Aaron Greenberg do these meet and greets and meet up with these people and create parasocial relationships with them to where they think they're friends and that they are the ones that champion for Xbox. I honestly think like Xbox sucks ass at marketing, and one of the reasons why is because they expect their diehards to do it for them. Like, Xbox is not very good at marketing. I think the Xbox Series console is a great console, and if you showed all the things that it could do regularly and updated people and reminded people and talked about things like Game Pass, you know, did bundles that have like a year of Game Pass Ultimate with it or something like that, that could really jumpstart system sales for you. It's not going to make you catch up to the PlayStation 5 or, by extension, Nintendo Switch, but it can help overall. But having people to hear time and time again that another PlayStation or another Xbox game is coming to PlayStation, what does that do for morale? What does that do for people who are diehard Xbox fans? And I think people that build their whole personality around a video game console are weirdos. You should be building your personality around video games themselves, like as far as an online entity is concerned. Obviously, you have your diehard Nintendo fans, you have your diehard PlayStation fans, you have your diehard Xbox fans. I follow all types of these people, but I always find it very perplexing because most of these people are grown-ass adults, and they could probably buy another console should they choose to sort of cover different sorts of things instead of just championing for one system. But just this mixed messaging of Xbox just drives me nuts. It drives me nuts because it's like, well, why should somebody buy your system if you're just going to eventually put games, big titles onto these other platforms? You know, should I buy games? Do you want me to use Game Pass? Do you want me to buy games? Like, what is your business model? And you obviously care somewhat about hardware because you've even confirmed that you're working on next generation hardware. Sarah Bond said it herself during the recent Xbox presentation. I really feel like Xbox just needs to focus on something. Focus on something. Stop the mixed messaging. Stop the flip-flopping. Stop, you know, I say one thing and then 3 months later it completely changes. You got to stop this shit, man. You got to focus on one thing because at the end of the day, you know what's going to sell this system, this Xbox? Games. Games sell hardware. If I want to play a Mario, I buy a Nintendo platform. If I want to play a Uncharted or a God of War, I'm buying a PlayStation. If I want to play Xbox games, I'm going to buy an Xbox. Make good games, and people will come. If you build it, they will come. But Xbox doesn't believe that. Phil Spencer said, well, great games aren't going to sell our systems. Is that the kind of person that should be leading a video game company? How much time is left on Phil's watch? That shit's got to be ticking down, man. But, yeah. So if it's a big game, if it's something like I think if it's a flight simulator, I don't really care. I don't really care because I don't feel like that's a console game. That's a PC game first and foremost that people can play on a console. So if it's something like that, no big deal. If we're talking about something big, like a Forza, a Gears, a Halo, an established franchise that was built on the ground up for Xbox by a first-party Xbox subsidiary company, then we need to reevaluate this whole situation. We need to reevaluate Xbox as a company because none of this really makes sense. Let me know in the comment section down below, though, what you think about this. Am I being overreactive to this? Because I feel like I'm not. I feel like most people feel this way, but for whatever reason, they just don't say it. And I don't care. Like, what, with Xbox, is it going to send me a review copy of something? Spoiler alert, they don't send me shit to begin with. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Check out the other video from today talking about Legacy of Kain coming back. Because honestly, I'm enjoying that more than I've enjoyed a lot of modern games this year. It's a very fun compilation, and I got to look at it on the channel. So make sure you guys check that out. Check out the second channel as well. And as always, hit subscribe if you're new, like the video, share the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. A double dose today. Later.